Right, so while he's taking the covers off, I'm gonna just go through what we're going to do in today's video. Today we're going to be looking at this sodium thiosulphate. Now, since I said I'd got myself a bag of this to use in the pond, little clip, sorry. I've had some people saying, well, you know, how do you use it? What does it do? How effective is it? So we're going to try it today. I'm going to run through some tests. So I'm going to test my pond water for how much chlorine's in the pond water, and then test how quick it gets rid of the chlorine in it, and then also test the pond water after we've done a water change. I've also got a few jobs to do in the pond, hence why I'm getting him to take the covers off for us, and then we'll do those few little bits and pieces jobs today as well. So let's crack on. Right, so I've got the covers off now, so I need to have a look and see what is cracking up, because I haven't had these covers off for months, and just looking from here now, I think I've got a bit of blanket weed to overtake here, or take over, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to have to get all this out because the pond's now up to just over 10 degrees, almost 11 degrees now. So it's about time, and I want to make sure I've got a consistent 10 to 11 degrees before I start putting in a treatment for blanket weed, because otherwise it won't be as effective as if it stays over 10 degrees. So today I'm just going to get out all the blanket weed I can see, and I've got a big stick, and just sort of do some candy floss stuff with it, get as much stuff out as I can today, and then see if the 10 degrees is still there over the next couple of days, then get a treatment in and see how long it takes to actually get done. Because if you just look here, we're just going a quick round the back of the pond. Yeah, I'm just looking at Blanket Weed City in there. If I look to try to... Look at this. Look at that. That's just one of the airlines. Let's get one of the airlines out. Wow, look at that. This is big. There you go, look at that. This is just one of the airlines. Can you believe it? And I've got two other airlines under here somewhere as well that need doing. That's unreal. I've never seen this bad. Mind you, I've never left it this long, to be honest, but every day's a school day, ain't it? You know, you live and learn. Right, we need to get some of these airlines out and start getting rid of this blanket weed. Get as much out as I can by hand, and then I can get ready to put the treatment in and get rid of the damn stuff. Last one out. Last one coming out. Here we go. That's what this one's like. Right, so I've got all the air stones out now. A bit of a mess they were. I'm not being too anal about having cleaned them in the pond, because pond's just got to sort itself out anyway, so I'm not bothered if I get a little bit of murk in the pond with doing this. I'm more bothered about trying to get the bulk of the blanket weed out. So I've got me blanket weed stick. I'm going to get that anyway and start doing some candy flossing in the pond. Right, I'm going to let the dust settle on that now, because it wasn't as bad as I thought, actually. Okay, maybe a couple of inches in the bucket of blanket weed, but it's not as bad as I thought, actually. It's not too bad. Anyway, we'll continue with that another day. Right, so sorry about that. I got a little bit of got a bit sidetracked with the amount of blanket weed in my pond. Yeah, making a video on that now anyway. I'll show you how to get rid of blanket weed next couple of videos. So, sodium thiosulphate. This stuff. I ordered it a couple of videos ago, and I've had a couple of people saying, so what is it, how do you use it, what does it do? So if you've got a dechlorinator, that costs you, how much are decchlorinators nowadays? I don't know. They're into the tens, aren't they? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 quid. But they do other things. They take away like things like metals and other things, and then you need to change the stuff inside them on a regular basis, on a seasonal basis, to make sure they continue to take away the chlorines or the chloramines from your water. Whereas this one bag here, £12.50, this will probably last me ages, because you have to use a small amount into your pond to get rid of chlorine. Just, it's a no-brainer for me, to be honest. But anyway, I'll go through what it is and how I use it, and then again, koi pond lifestyle, you can decide for yourselves, and away you go. So I see sodium thiosulphate as a sort of an effective and economical dechlorinator. So it removes or it neutralizes chlorine, and it also deals with chloramines at the same time. Safe for your fish, used on recommended doses. I don't think you can overdose. I've never actually overdosed, and I don't believe you can. But you know, if you chuck a whole bag of that in, then that can't be very good. But no, it's you can't. I don't think you really overdose unless you do it like big time overdose. I think the common usage is usually a teaspoonful of these crystals per 1,000 litres or 220 gallons of pond water. I mean, to be honest, how I use this, I usually stick it in my little jug here, in my bottle, old water bottle thing, and then I make a solution, and then I slowly add it in. Oops. Slowly add it into the pond as and when I need it, when I'm topping up or doing water changes or whatever. So what does it do then? So as I said earlier, it neutralizes chlorine and it breaks the bond of the chloramine, but it doesn't affect ammonia. You know, that's down to your filters. Your filters will sort the ammonia out, just that your filters can't sort out chlorine or chloramines. So hence why I use sodium thiosulphate. You're best adding it to the pond before you do a water change, or before you add water with chlorine in, so that it's basically already in your pond then, and as the water lands in your pond, then it's already be doing it. If you put the water in first, then you've got water with chlorine in your pond, and then you're trying to get rid of it by putting the stuff in. So I always put the solution in first, or a couple of crystals in first, and then do the water change, and it kind of deals with it. As I said earlier, it's very safe for koi. The toxicity threshold is very high, and when you first get it, so if you ever watch Breaking Bad, all it has to do is be a little bit blue. You've got a bag full of meth. It doesn't have any effect on your biological filters either, so you don't have to worry about putting something into your filter system that's going to affect the good bacteria that you've got running through your filter systems. You can also keep running your UV as well. It doesn't really affect the UV. I should say the UV doesn't affect it, so you know, there's no change there. And I spoke about the ammonia earlier, and sort of that goes down to your filters dealing with that. But what sodium thiosulphate does do, it's not a nitrite, so it doesn't affect ammonia, but what it does do is release ammonia that's already chemically bound to chloramines. Right, I want to do a little bit of a test thing, just to show you how this stuff works. So for example, my little tub here that I use for checking my KH in. So what we'll do is going to put 10 millilitres of this, of pond water, into this, and then we'll test that first. So I've not done any water changes for a few days now. Where are we now? Right, so we'll use, I shan't use a cactoila thing because I want to show you effective of this, right? So pond water, 10 millilitres of pond water, and then I use these DPD, these .4. Let me see if I can zoom in on them for you so you can have a closer look. Maybe you can see them. So DPD number 4, and these are tablets that detect the presence of chlorines in water. So So 10 mils of pond water. So the way you deal with these, get single tablet, put single tablet in water. I usually use the back end of one of these water test things. Break that up. It's gone. And then what you do then, you look down through the vial like this, and any pink on that means you've got chlorine in your water. I think it just gives you a sort of a 0.12 or 0.02. As you can see, there's no pink in that water. So let's get some tap water. I'll do 10 mils of tap water through my trickling system. So there's 10 millilitres of tap water from my trickling system. The reason I'm putting this is you have to look through, it's better to have a white surface you're looking through. So get another DPD tablet and then we'll crush it up. Okay, so now we're detecting through my dechlorinator how much chlorine's going in. So there you go again. I can't see any kind of tinge of pink in that from where I'm stood. Maybe a 0.1. Anyway, so that's water from my trickling system going through the dechlorinator. So let's now just wash this vial through and then I'll get some tap water before it's gone through the dechlorinator. So 10 millilitres of tap water straight from the tap before it's gone through the dechlorinator. So just turn that over because it's a bit wet. So let's put in the DPD number 4. Give it a little crush up. And instantly we have detection of chlorine. So like I say, the Stoke-on-Trent chlorine is quite a lot of chlorine in water in Stoke-on-Trent for whatever reason. Just I don't know why. Anyway, maybe I'll find out one day and tell you. But anyway, so yeah, so there we go. Of chlorine in there, nice and pink. So let's just get just one little crystally thing. And in fact, I think I'll just do half of that. Let me just do half, because we don't need all that. There's plenty, that is. So we'll try half first. See what happens. So let's just chuck half of the little crystally thing in. Plop. And then shaky shaky.
A few moments later.
Right, it's been a few minutes. I've just gone and get myself another bit of white something, because this piece of paper is getting a bit wet. Let's put that in there, out the road. So a few minutes later, and literally with that's sort of a third, that's the rest of the bit I didn't use. We'll just see what the result is. Let's put that on there. So there you go. Back to clear. No longer pink. Ka-ching! So there you go, pretty good, eh? Back to clear water. And that's literally just with a little, I just broke off some of the end of one of the crystals, which is like this big, and just put it in there, and a minute or two later and it's back to clear with no chlorine in. Oh, and while I'm here, somebody was asking what test kits I use, because I think in a previous video I'd ordered some more test kits for ammonia, and I use API. See that? Yeah, that's the test kit I use, and I've used this for years, to be honest. And you know, people say, oh, is it any good? Well, if you start comparing with others, because I don't know, maybe there'll be a little bit difference in the results. I have no idea, because I've always used this one. So that's what I use anyway. API kits. You can buy all as the tubs run out, you can buy other tubs. They're all dated, so that you know. For example, this one expires in August 2030, so you can keep an eye on the dates as well. When you get separate ones, they send you little cards, so you can, when you get a little test kit you can test it against, you know, what the colour is. They're quite good APIs. You know, there is loads of others. I don't say buy this one. You know, there's loads of others. Whatever works for you. So there you go, sodium thiosulphate. If you want to get any of this stuff, I'll leave a link to Amazon in the description below. I'm affiliated to Amazon, so anything you buy from Amazon doesn't cost you any more, but it gives the channel a few pennies so I can invest in stuff and then show you stuff so that you know what to do with stuff, and the stuff that works and the stuff that doesn't work. Same with the test kits, water test kit. Same with the DPD number 4 tablets. I'll put them somewhere in the description below. A little bit of cardboard. I can't supply that. This is just something I found in the place. The water bottle that I use, that's just an old water bottle. You get the gist, don't you? And it's not time for the covers off yet, because I'm not getting constant temperatures. Like today's been coolish, and I believe it's going to go a little bit cooler. I think by the time you watch this video, after it's been made, the temperature's probably dropped off. Well, that's what it said on forecast anyway. So he's just putting the covers back on. I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, ding the bell for notifications, share to all your friends, and click the like, because that makes all the difference to the algorithm. Thank you very much for watching Cod Lifestyle.